Shabbos Parshas Noach Leches Sadik Tov Mahoya B'Doyrei Sov. 120-year campaign to be Mekar of the world, building a teva, giving shmuzim with an illustration behind him, a visual cure of experience. He had this PowerPoint and building a massive ship, and yet not one person was Mekurav. And Berkowitz says it's because he was perfect. He didn't relate to his generation. Unlike Avram Avinu did Avodah Zarah for years. In fact, his Fasema says that he only got his bris later on in his life so that he could spend more time understanding people from their level. Once you have a bris milah on another level, you bris Avram Avinu b'cheiku shalash. I want to focus on something else, maybe. Noach leaves the teva, takes a sapling, a seed from Gan Eden, special koiches, and with the bracha of the Rebbeinu Shalom, the koich that Hashem gives him to rebuild the entire world, he creates a vineyard. He plants a vineyard, and with something like that, with that koich behind it, it grows immediately. The grape juice that he harvests, the grapes he squeezes it immediately ferments. It's delicious wine. And the Torah says the next to the wrong thing. He spent his first conscious day on Earth 2.0 unconscious. Drunk. What was the time against him though? Nice, what did he do wrong? Wine is created for a purpose, like everything else in this world. We use it for Kiddush, for chasanas. Some say that was according to the Shita, that was the Eitz Hadas, grew grapes. So to be metake in the Chet of the Eitz Hadas, we use it to be for everything that's Kedusha. By chasana, when we're bringing chasana kala back to the state of Gan Eden Mikedem, so when you use grapes, Kiddush, we're going Mein Olam Haba. It's a tikkun of the Eitz Hadas. But it's also there, Avelim, we're supposed to be drinking wine once we're out of the state of Aminos. Wine is created from Mari Nafesh. Psukim tell us that there's a time and a place for wine. Noach was in a spit state of Morus Nefesh. Why wasn't he not only permitted, but this was the perfect time to be drinking wine? What did he do wrong? So yeah, obviously we know that there's something wrong here. Scheinberg explained that the Nakuda, what he did wrong was he did something selfish. He is about to embark on a mission to recreate the world, repopulate it. Earth is desolate. This acid water is bubbled up from the core of the earth and destroyed the entire planet. The agriculture is gone. People need wheat. People need bare necessities before wine. It's true, Noach needed wine. But humanity as a whole didn't. And when you're the lone survivor, just you and your family, you have to think about the klal. And if Scheinberg says that this act was an act of selfishness, that's a taina. That's a taina. Let me tell you a crazy story about a selfless person. There was a couple getting ready for the husband's brother's chasana. That night, his brother was getting married, and they're very excited. His wife was due any day now. They had one baby already at home. So his wife went to go pick up a babysitter to watch the baby while they went to the chasana that afternoon. Unfortunately, she was in a terrible car accident. He gets a phone call. Strange numbers, emergency room. His wife's crying at the other end. He barely makes it out. Cops that she was in a really bad accident. Drops everything. And runs. Passes by ambulances, he sees a wrecked car. Hashem Yishma. Gets up to the ambulance, turns out Baruch Hashem's wife's pretty much okay. Definitely shaken up. She's in the back of the ambulance, and at least externally everything seems okay. So they take her to the hospital and they cancel their baby, babysitter, the mother goes and takes care of the kid. And they're in the hospital. And they say the Maisa, they check her up and down and she's fine. But because of the trauma, they want to induce the labor now. By now it's already time for the chasana to start. and they're in a hospital getting an emergency induction. They did some, preliminary tests before, and they realized because of some blood issue, she can't get an epidural. So we're talking about some serious pain that's our later that we heard about last week's Parsha. And she's telling her husband, you know what? Go to the chasana. It's her brother's chasana. I'm not giving birth for a couple hours. I'll let you know when I need you. He notices that she's davening. That's not the godless. Godless is that she's davening for her friends. Could you imagine? Just get out of a car accident. With 9 months pregnant. Hashem, everyone's okay. Her baby. She's going in for an emergency-induced birth in tremendous agony. And she's davening for her friends. She had friends who haven't had children in a while. And she knows when I go into labor, I'm going to daven for my friends. She kept the promise, even in this situation. It was like a self-promise. That was her commitment, that she was going to think of her friends, and she did. Just a sheer guidance of that. You can be selfish, you can think of what I need, you can think of what the world needs, what do the people around me need. Guaranteed that you're going to get what you need. You won't be bothered by the things that you need when you're always sick on other people's. This is not the point of the story, but her 2 friends that she was davening for had babies 9 months later, after a long time not having kids. The godless of a person to be able to put themselves in a mindset of that clarity of knowing what's right, what's wrong, what am I here for, who am I here for, and to be able to channel our mind and our focus on other people and Klal Yisrael as a whole, it's a tremendous lesson. Be'ezer Hashem, we won't need some huge event for Mashiach to come to bring us together. Be'ezer Hashem will be able to come together on our own. Even Klal Yisrael, we'll be able to dance together in the beautiful Goyal Chazak of Mashiach's kingdom here. Amen. Good Shabbos.